Hey, what's up everyone? Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back or to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Ashley and I'm new to the whole budgeting community, and this will be my third cash stuffing video. This is gonna be the first paycheck of February, so let's go ahead and get into it. I do my budgeting in this book right here. This week around, unfortunately, I didn't get any 50s at the bank, so we're just gonna go ahead and roll with 20 as our largest denomination. In terms of the last 2 weeks as a recap, I definitely found that allocating more money towards groceries was beneficial, and we'll go ahead and get into that, which is the first envelope right here. So last week I actually pulled out more money, and I pulled out $75 to go towards groceries, and I found that really worked. So I think going forward, I am going to be allocating $75 towards groceries on a bi-weekly basis in terms of my portion. This week, however, I think I'm only going to do 60 because, like these 2 weeks, I'm only going to do 60 because we have a couple events and things like that where I know we're going to be eating out and we're going to have like leftovers and takeout. So I don't foresee us needing a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and do 60. And if I decide or have any left over, I will add that into grocery or whatever envelope I think might need it. So for the next 2 weeks, for the first week of February, I'm going to put $60. Otherwise, I'll definitely be doing 75 because clearly the envelope was empty, so I used it all. Next is takeout. Takeout typically gets $10. I'm going to go ahead and put $10. I didn't use any takeout for the last 2 weeks. Really happy about that. So I'm going to add another $10 into takeout. We did do takeout, but my partner covered it. So that was nice. Normally we'll split takeout and things like that or whatever, but yeah, he totally covered takeout. So I was happy. Okay, so Lotto gets 40. I have $40 in here. I did buy a lot in Lotto. I bought more. I spent more than I typically did in Lotto in the last 2 weeks, and that was only because like my cash envelope had grown really nicely and I was getting like a lot of free plays and things like that, and actually cash back for my lottery tickets. So I did spend a little bit more, but yeah, so we're adding another $40 into Lotto for the next 2 weeks. And gas, so this is the envelope that I struggle with the absolute most. So gas is gonna get another $40 for the next 2 weeks. However, there is 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay, so there's $80 in here. Gas, like I said, I struggle with. This is not a true representation. I did use my debit card the last 2 weeks to buy gas for many reasons. But I did. So what I'm gonna do is I actually have to go online on my bank and calculate how much I used for gas and take that money out of the envelopes and deposit it back into my checking account. And I actually got that idea. I don't know why I never thought of it earlier, but I got that idea from another YouTuber who's part of the budgeting community. And that's what she said. She says that whenever she uses her debit card and she has a cash envelope, she will just go through, calculate how much she used from her debit card, take that money out of the cash envelopes and put it back into her debit card. It makes so much sense. Why I never thought of it, I don't know, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So there is, like I said, 20, 40, 60, $80 currently in my cash envelope right now for gas. I'm gonna add another $40, so 20, 40. I'm gonna add another $40 for the next 2 weeks. However, at some point in these next 2 weeks, I need to go and do some online banking and see how much I've spent on my debit for gas and take that money out and pay myself back, basically. So I gotta add that to my to-do list. And then moving on to sinking funds. Up first, we have my pet that's getting another $10, which is nice because I'm hoping to get my dog groomed very soon. So that will be going towards that. Then we've got home insurance, which is getting $45. Entertainment subscriptions is going to be getting $30. The next envelope we have is birthdays. And again, this is not a true representation. This is $20. I'm actually gonna take this $20 out. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna leave the $20 in here and not add another $20 for the next 2 weeks. And the reason being is because I'm gonna be paying myself since I did purchase a birthday gift and I didn't use my cash envelope, I used my debit card. So rather than, yeah, so I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take out this 20 here. So I know that is for the birthdays. Then we have car maintenance, which is gonna get $20. Let's do a 10, let's do 2 10s for car maintenance. Medical is going to be getting $10. Utilities will be getting $50. That's $50. Unfortunately, I don't have any 50s this time around, so it's gonna be all of this. Health and beauty is gonna be getting 40. And I did use some because I did have an appointment. Let's see how much I have left. 10, 20, 30. So $40, and I took 30 out, which was nice because I had a wax appointment. So I'm gonna be adding $40 towards this. There we go, health and beauty, $40. And then last but not least, we have my child, and that envelope gets $20. So let's just do 10. Oh, no, there we go, $20. There we go. So this 15, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, was towards groceries. But like I said, I think I can get away with only having $60 for the next 2 weeks for groceries, just based on our schedule. So I have that extra, plus I have this 20 here, which I paid myself in terms of the birthdays. And then I'm also gonna be paying myself with respect to gas. So I just have to calculate how much I spent on gas using my debit card, go ahead and pay myself, which is kind of nice. Like, I like that. So far I have $20, $30, $5 and counting. So I kind of like that. I'm really liking this whole cash envelope system. So far, so good. So my takeaway for the last 2 weeks is that I'm much happier with how the last 2 weeks went compared to the last week of January went. And that reason is because I was really beating myself up for using my debit card when I should have been using like my cash envelopes, even though it only happened about 2 to 3 times. So I'm much happier in the sense that I'm just gonna give myself grace. And that tip that I got from, I believe it's Taylor Budgets, I will have a link to Taylor's channel down below. But essentially, like I mentioned earlier, it's just basically paying yourself. If you happen to use your debit card for something that you have a cash envelope for, you know, go ahead and do that. And then at the end of the week, the end of the month, or however you do your budgeting, just go ahead and pay yourself. So once I heard of that, I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I don't know how I never thought of that before, but it just gave me that reassurance that I needed. And it just really works. So I feel less guilty. And again, I'm loving the system. It's really working for me. Every pay period, I have money left over in my account. And I just really feel that if I wasn't implementing this system, I would have less money in my bank account each pay period, if that makes any sense. So far for me and my family, this system's working, and I'm just really happy with the seriousness that I'm taking for my 2022 financial journey and beyond. So yeah, I'm overall really happy with this week, and I'm hoping that the next 2 weeks of February work out really well. So please continue to follow along this journey and leave a comment down below if you're a part of the budgeting community, and if you have any other tips, because like I mentioned previously, and as you guys can see, I'm new. So tips like I got from Taylor's channel are really helpful. So I would love any kind of tips below. And what else? I'm really hoping that I can level up and get a nice binder soon. And I'm thinking of creating more envelopes, like sinking fund envelopes, like for myself. If I want anything that I can invest in terms of like my channel and just like myself. So yeah, I'm thinking of creating another envelope. So we'll go ahead and see, but definitely subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. If you like this video, give video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.